Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. I was gonna pull some cards for myself, just to kind of tune into the energies. I feel like today's been a really big day of getting deeper into honesty and truth about how I feel, and then putting words to it. And what I mean by that is like this energy of, I guess, like this morning, how I could describe it. Also, the glare on my glasses. I try not to wear glasses in YouTube videos and stuff because it's just distracting when it glares off the lenses. So I hope that we can sort this out to where it doesn't do that because I didn't put contacts in today. But yeah, so this morning I was meditating and there was just this deep need for my inner feminine, and which I talk about a lot. I talk about the inner masculine, the inner feminine in all my videos, so please check them out if you're curious to know more. But there was this desire to be more honest about the depth at which she feels shame and she feels guilt and remorse and grief around certain situations in my life when it comes to relationships and love and effort. A lot of like self-talk and like came up to light, and I think the most important part about it, before I pull cards, I do promise I'm gonna pull cards. I feel like I do this every time, but I do chat before I pull cards. But it feels like the goal is that the feminine gets to express herself without the masculine trying to fix it or judge it or suppress it or need to do anything about it. It's just a release. And so the voice that was coming up and the things that needed to be said were like, why do I keep trying to be the best version of myself and continuously be disappointed in like the fact that nothing seems to change, which is the inner feminine's truth. Do I know that to be my physical reality? No, I've experienced quite a bit of change in the past like 6 months or so. It just seems like she feels like emotionally, she's realizing that those changes actually don't provide the fulfillment that she thought it would, if that makes sense. So I don't know if you resonate with that. I don't know if that's something you might need to like reflect on. I don't know if there's anything that you haven't been honest about. If there is and you feel called to share, please leave it in the comments. But I do that practice a lot where I kind of just sit with myself and like, okay, like, let's be honest, let's communicate, let's get to the bottom of this. Like, just like I would in like a relationship or a connection. I do that with myself because it gives me the space to be honest without judgment or without having to, without consequences. There's nothing that needs to happen. It just needs to be vocalized. So I will leave that with you however you receive that. But I do want to pull cards. So I'm going to be pulling cards for the overall energy, the current energy of self. So for myself or for those watching, the energy of the recent past, the energy of the near future, and the energy that's at play that we don't see. Yeah? So we'll start with overall energy. Six of Cups, current energy, our current energy. The energy of the recent patterns. Energy of the near future. Energy that's at play that we can't see. Okay. Now, as we go through these, I will pull clarifiers from another deck. So let's start with the Six of Cups, the overall energy. There's an inner energy of reconciliation with the self, with past versions of ourselves. with past choices we've made. That's the energy I'm feeling. I don't I don't want to follow the traditional sense of the Six of Cups, because I truly have never studied the original meanings of the tarot cards. I just pull them to use them to be able to connect to how I feel and to intuition. So that is, if it's for you, then I hope you can receive it. But what I'm getting with the Six of Cups is total reconciliation with our sense of self, in the sense of our embodiment and the emotional giving and receiving that we allow ourselves to be in. Ensuring that we are giving to ourselves emotionally, just kind of like I said, allowing our voice to be heard without the need of anything to be done or anything to be fixed or changed or implemented or worked upon. It's just having a safe space to vocalize and then being curious about those feelings. Certainly yeah, justice is clarifying that. So I take that as like creating that balance, creating that in this imagery, there's the scales, which is really common for the Justice card, and it's tipping those scales to be evened out and balanced, like through honesty and through self reflection and reconciliation. I don't know, that's the word that keeps coming to mind. There's some sort of energetic balance that's happening in that. Okay, the Hermit is a current energy. There's with the Page of Swords, there's an element and energy of self-reflection, like I said, with the overall energy, but this also goes deep into what hasn't been said, what hasn't been fully spoken as truth, what is still needing to be internally investigated. Like, how deep into that are you allowing yourself to go? And what thoughts are connected to the feeling that can then be vocalized? Chariot is the past energy. Okay. But the Lovers. So the past energy. So this is I'm gonna pull another one. It's interesting. There's something that has shifted in the recent past that you might not even know about yet, that is coming to fruition. Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers over the Chariot. There's something that changed and you don't even know it yet. That's just what keeps coming up. And it has to do with your relationship to yourself that's shifted, that has maybe shifted an external connection. There's a tangible piece, though, that is being formed. There's a seed that has been planted. There are roots growing and movement happening. I just don't know if you see it yet. One more card. You don't see this yet. The Empress. You're just doing your own thing. Okay, I don't know if you're watching this. I don't know exactly what this is going to materialize as, this Ace of Pentacles. I just feel really deeply that there has been a shift. There's been a movement, a change, a choice. Something that you have done that is almost creating this domino effect into your physical reality. And I just don't know what that physical piece is yet, but you don't see it. You just don't see it. Not yet. And in the unseen energies too, I got the Two of Swords and the Hanged Man. You don't see it. Wow. It feels really like the energy is really big, but it's not gonna feel overwhelming. But it's with the Lovers, and from the Lovers, I'm getting some sort of element of connected to a connection, and to the connection, like your connection to yourself is creating a change within some sort of relationship to life. So keep doing you. Let's go to the Two of Swords and the Hangman for the unseen energies. I know I keep licking my fingers, and it's not the greatest habit, but I always, like, I lose all the cards when I shuffle sometimes if I don't have good grip. Two of Swords and Hangman. Chariot again and Seven of Swords. Yeah, you really don't see this happening. Very similar energy to the recent past. Queen of Cups, Chariot, Seven of Swords. One more. Oh, the Devil. I think the reason why you can't see it yet is because it's connected to something that's happening within you right now. So whether that is something you need to bring light to, like give attention to within yourself, like I was talking about being emotionally available to yourself, or having that internal conversation with yourself about the things that you might not be or have been fully honest about how you feel. And what I mean by that is, like, maybe something ended and you're coming to a place where you're realizing that you've been telling yourself that you're fine, and now at least you have closure and you know that it's time to move on. But the feeling, the deep knowing, like inner feeling that you might have been ignoring, is that you're actually not over it, and there's still grief and sadness there that can still come up to be healed. And sitting in that energy, that something around that energy, and you being able to be honest with yourself, is creating this unseen change, because it's grounding something, but you're not losing yourself in it. I don't know, I can't tell you if something's going to come back around or what that may be. You might gain clarity around the situation, but the clarity might be the honesty around how you actually feel about it. But I don't know what this situation is. I don't know what this Ace of Pentacles is going to be. But in the near future, we have the Four of Swords and the Fool. Let's see what that is. Okay, that was a lot. I think this is like similar energy, like this inner reflection of the Four of Swords, this inner dialogue or this inner truth, sitting with yourself, let's say, is the overall energy here, leads into this Fool. Those are the two cards I got for the near future. And then I pulled the Page of Pentacles, Six of Cups, King of Pentacles, and Ten of Pentacles. But I think it goes in this order. Six of Cups, Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. That's a lot of Pentacles. Something's going to be shifting physically for you when you sit with the Six of Cups energy, because it came out as the overall energy as well. So pay attention to whatever I said for that. Some sort of reconciliation, inner reconciliation, producing some sort of physical domino effect. Something's connected to that. Any other messages here? Ace of Cups at the bottom. That goes along with what I was kind of saying about emotional new beginnings and truth. Any other messages before we finish here? Four of Swords. Or sorry, Four of Wands and Four of Pentacles. Yeah, create that stability and security for yourself to be able to actually go deeper into what it is that is true. Because you might have an understanding that something is okay because you're ready to move on, but it doesn't dismiss all the healing that's meant to happen within it. And so making sure that you go back and revisit it when it comes up, when you're thinking about it, when you feel something surrounding it. It's not asking you to get over it quicker or find distractions to it. It's asking you to get curious about why it's coming back up. Yeah, that's what I got. It resonates with me, Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. I hope this also resonates with you. It's a weird day. The energy today was just kind of odd and bizarre. I wasn't even sure if I was going to record a video. But here we are. Let me know in the comments if this resonates, if it's helpful. I know I couldn't really tell you a whole lot. I feel like you're not meant to know everything, though, that's happening. And so this energy is very much like describing and inviting you to remember where the energy stems from and how to reintegrate with yourself, and why that's important, because you actually don't have to worry about all the outcomes, all these pentacles that are coming. That's not your concern. Your concern is the connection that you have with yourself that is then being reflected through those pentacles. But if you ignore the parts of yourself that are invisibly, energetically connected to these pentacles, if you ignore them, then you're not going to be able to receive the pentacles, the physical manifestation, or the whatever is meant to come for you. So I will leave you with that. Thank you for joining me for this impromptu tarot card video. This was fun, and I hope that you got what you needed from it, and I'm sending you so much love. I will talk to you soon.